So today what we're going to be doing, we're going to be filleting a round fish. Now as we know, a round fish, this fish here is sea bass. A round fish, we always identify them to have two fillets. One fillet on that side, one fillet on the other side. But all the time before we start working with any of our ingredients, the most important thing that we are supposed to do is work on our quality points. Identify our quality points. Quality points of fresh fish is eyes not sunken into the head. So eyes that are full, not sunken. Also, if the fish had its gills, but you're looking for bright red gills. Bright red gills, not sticky to the touch. We also want a fresh sea smell, not a fresh or fish smell, I should say. Yeah, if the fish smells like fish, we know it's no good. Final one, being firm to the touch. A fresh fish, once you press it, it will bounce back out, and that indicates good quality fish. So today, what we're going to be doing, as we identified, is we're going to be filleting our fish. First thing we will do is make sure we got all our equipment ready before we actually begin. We're using a blue chopping board, as we identified for raw fish. We have our filleting knife, flexible blade. We have our pin bone tweezers, and we have our scissors. We also have our tray for capturing our product and any waste as well. Usually you may separate them. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be removing fins. Again, don't know why I'm using my right hand. Same thing again, taking off all the fins using our scissors. Now it's most important that you do use scissors, because if you try to take these off using a knife, you're more likely going to damage the fish. Oops. Let's change it back to the right hand. Seem to have more luck with that. There we go. Nice and close. So we're removing all our fins. And the two right here as well. One, two, and these bottom ones right there. Let's get rid of that, clear off our board. Now, sea bass does have a nice delicate flavour, especially when cooked, and as we're talking about round fish, we've got other round fish, a round oily fish, example would be something like mackerel. So once we've removed our fins, we're checking that there's no scales on there, and if there was any scales, just by using back of the knife we can run that like so in order to remove any scales, making sure our product is clean. So we're going to be removing the fillet. Some chefs like to cut off the head, remove the head, take off the fillet. Some chefs keep the head on. I'm one of those guys that, or chefs I should say, that like to keep it on. So I'm going to come one firm cut right at the top. I'm taking my cut just at the point of the head and going right down to the spine. So we're coming down. We're then lifting up part of the belly and we're turning our knife. Turning our knife. Yeah? Now, how this fish can be filleted, this isn't the only way. As I was saying, head can be removed, but there's other chefs that like to come in from this angle here. That's another way that the fish can be filleted. So, keeping the knife flat, we're going to be working against the spine, keeping our fingers flat and allowing the knife to do the work. Coming all the way down, removing that fillet. We then come to the other side. Let's move this out of the way so you can see more clearly. Do the exact same process again, doing our diagonal cut. So we're coming right in. Don't worry about that too much because that there is going to be removed anyway. Turning our knife and coming round. Let's cut right there. Having a bit of a mare with this one. And coming right round there as well. You just remove that right there. Now we have our bone, and in this bone there's no waste in the kitchen. These are things that can still be used. We can still use these sort of items. We can make a stock, making soup, various different items. So waste would be minimal, especially in a professional kitchen. Now we have our fillets removed. It's not over. We still need to continue doing the cleanup process. We have our fillet, and usually you may identify within the belly area there is some bones. Okay, there is bones. There's also part of that belly right there. There is those bones right there, and we're just coming under those bones, because our aim is to remove as much bones as possible and belly, but keeping that meat and the flesh. So we're just cleaning up. See, as I was saying, that belly is removed. So we've done it to one fillet. We're going to do the exact same to the other. So we notice how them bones, they go up, like so. They do go up, but it's also part of the belly. So we're going to come in with our knife, coming in, and our angle of our knife changes in order to come straight underneath those bones to then remove the belly at the same time. As we can see right there. At this stage, it's not finished. Using your finger, we're using our finger and we're running it across. And we're using our finger to identify any additional bones. Now, a good idea, what to do is have a bowl with some water. What this does is, once you identify the bone using your tweezers, you come in, remove it. Sometimes they tend to stick to the tweezers, so it saves you having to get all messy with it. Using that water right there easily takes off any bones that are still attached. And keep on running your finger to identify any bones, and when you identify the bones using the tweezers, pull them out. Now when you are pulling out with the tweezers, remember you're only taking bone, so you want to take as little flesh as possible. As little flesh as possible. So using your finger, identify any bones and remove. Once we've done that to one fillet, we then do the exact same process to our other. Identify using our finger, locate the bone, remove. And you will continue this process all the way down. Because from a customer's point of view, that's why many people don't like fish, is because of the bones. And from a customer's point of view, and from a chef's point of view, it's important that you provide the best quality product you can, and that includes having the bones removed as well. Now, if this item is going to be prepared for sauteing, pan frying, what we would do is scoring of the skin. Now, reason being that we will score the skin is to stop fish, or to help the fish with curling, but also with presentation as well. So what we're going to do, we're just going to do some cuts at angle, which is just scoring the skin. I'm not cutting through, I'm just scoring the skin. And that will show for our next video for sauteing fish. I'll see you next time.